Let's rock and roll, boys.
Hi, I'm Austin Cummings.
And I'm Matt Schultz.
And I'm Andrew Watson.
And you're listening. Oh, wow,
That's a new guy.
Oh, man, it's a new boy here. You're listening to another Nintendo podcast. This one kind of twas the night before E3.
A little bit late.
It is E3.
It is. No, it's not live on the show floor yet, but night before the press conference for the Big N, which we're very excited about.
Right, so you might be listening to this, years down the line, but just know that all of our predictions and commentary and everything's authentically like.
Right, yeah, we don't know, and contrary to popular belief, we have no insider information. No texts from Reggie.
He didn't leave any papers out.
Right, yeah. So this no papers left out in classic E3 fashion. Okay, so the idea of this episode, we're just cranking this bad boy out, and we're going to talk about our E3 predictions for specifically Nintendo, and then also react to some of the stuff that's been announced so far,
which has been great.
Which is all good.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's very exciting E3, for sure.
So let's kick it off with the first little bit of information there, which is that there's the Ubisoft conference was today, which is Monday, the 11th, and in it there were two Nintendo announcements. Matt, do you want to tell us a little bit about those?
Absolutely, yeah. So we had so first, just real quickly, I came back. I got right out of work, jumped on, turned on the IGN app on Apple TV, and sure enough, it was Ubisoft, and the little their little logo would show up between presentations. So the next game, but they would start, the logo would have a little like sound clip or something, and a little rabid voiceover came over like, rah, rah. And I was like, oh boy, like this is interesting, because I don't know the gentleman's name from Nintendo, the man who oversees a lot of the partnerships that Nintendo has been creating and getting things on the eShop. Yeah. Anyways, but he had a pin that he was kind of not leaking out, but like just kind of hinting at over Twitter the past 2 days. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get maybe we're gonna get Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2, but no, we got more DLC. The Donkey Kong. What was it? Just Donkey Kong DLC?
Donkey Kong Adventure, I believe, is it?
Yes, Donkey Kong Adventure. Yeah, which is very exciting.
I thought for sure, like the whole time I'm thinking, oh, okay, so they had Mario and Rabbids. Maybe this will just be like a Donkey Kong and Rabbids and just work off the Donkey Kong name. But so I was surprised to see it was DLC. But yeah, it's a pretty big pack of stuff.
Agreed. Yeah, it is kind of, in some ways though, it does still feature the Mario name for the Mario plus Rabbids. There aren't any Mario characters, so it's just, you got Donkey, and you have a Rabbid Peach, and also a Rabbid Cranky are the three characters. But it does seem like it's pretty robust as far as like a set of content, because it's within the $20 season pass, it's included, but it'll also be sold separately. So seemingly it's not terribly expensive, but I think they're saying like 10 or so hours of game.
Wow.
Which is nice.
Pretty sizable. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did either of you play?
It looked like it'd be more.
I know. I think there's like 4 areas, but yeah, hard to say. I still have not actually beaten, much like many games I own, Mario plus Rabbids proper. Did either of you play it or beat it or think about doing it now?
No. I have not touched it yet, actually. I am very interested. I love those like strategy, XCOM, tactics games, and I think it's like right up my alley. I just haven't gotten around to it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
I bought it, and I was instantly like, oh my god, I cannot wait for this game. Like, it just looked so fun, and I was just so like charmed by their presentation last year with Miyamoto coming up and had the blaster on. So of course bought it day one, played it for like a week straight, and then life hit, and I just have only gotten back to it on plane flights, and for whatever reason I get back
every
from
time
a
I pick
flight,
it up,
I can't get back in.
I really like it too. I mean, it kind of scratches the itch of the Fire Emblem or some type of turn-based strategy thing that nothing else does right now on the console. But with you, not beating it, do like it. At the end of the spooky Ghost World, world, which is like the third of 4 worlds, but have not finished it. But I would like to. Yeah, I'm far. Yeah, it's not. I'm not trying to brag over here. Like I'm good at it. 3-star every match. But I've not finished it. I would like to. I'd very much like to. And this DLC comes out on the 26th of this month, so very soon. So it's kind of a good reason to kind of pick it back up.
I think so. And I actually kind of enjoy this game because I like just being able to pick it up and play, like just kind of pick it up again and get back into it and then forget about it for a while and then have it again.
Forget about it for a long while, just months on end. And then I see it on there. I'm like, oh, what's that plumber boy doing in this game? I forgot he was even took a little detour into this crazy rabbit kingdom with the good old toilet humor and whatnot.
I own another Mario game besides Odyssey. What is this on my shelf?
How did they make more than one Mario's in more than one game annually? It's a strange concept. Is he doing some DDR while he's at it? I hope so. Okay, very good. And there was a second announcement at the Ubisoft press conference, which involved our beautiful furry boy. Andrew, did you see this?
2.0 years.
Did you 2.0 years and one handkerchief?
Little Foxy.
Yeah, little Foxy Loxy appeared.
It was very, very surprising, to be honest. I was not.
It was very surprising
at all. And
so what the game is. Go ahead.
I definitely think that sort of guarantees that Star Fox will be at Nintendo's E3.
I know
for sure.
I think so too. It feels like it. So the game is Starlink Battle for Atlas, as I'm sure everyone at home is eagerly anticipating. Kind of an interesting game because it's like a Toys to Life game where you attach the figure to the controller, or in this case the Switch, and then it interacts with the game. And it feels like it's hitting the Toys to Life thing very cold, like it's
late.
Very late. And
like no one's at the party anymore. There's like an amiibo in the corner. Like,
right, it showed up literally a full year late. It showed up to the party of amiibo, but the amiibo are just like 6 Waluigis and like 1 Daisy, and that's like all it's there. 1 Lottie from Animal Crossing. And now this reminds me most though of the you guys might remember the amiibo for. The game I don't remember, the Skylanders like Battle Chasers. It was like the racer for Skylanders that came out a couple years ago, and there was like the DK and Bowser, and there was like variant of each.
Like a ship,
right? And they looked like a little cheap as far as the amiibo are concerned, but it was cool to see like amiibo in different forms. This is kind of that as well. I wish it were called actual amiibo. I think that would have been kind of fun to have.
Yeah, had that. It would have just kind of, because they're going for every single console on this, and it's actually really interesting because they're coming up with a different controller like setup for these toys each controller, which I think is interesting. So maybe it would have been nice, but who knows? Maybe that's leading into the maybe there is a Star Fox coming down the line, and maybe there is going to be a Star Fox amiibo, and they're like, hey, we don't need you to go that far.
Right. Perhaps because I know that was like originally Miyamoto was like, I want to do a R-Wing amiibo. That was like one of the first things he had kind of drawn out.
He talked about it moving and like being able to change shape, right?
And this seems like something that's much closer to it. Anyway, I thought it was just worth mentioning because I'm excited by the idea. I don't know that I need the Toys to Life game per se, but
no.
But that said, like watching, but it's not always about what you need when it comes to these Nintendo treats.
No,
but like watching,
never what you need, honestly.
Can I just say that I turned it on right, like I went up and grabbed some food and came back, and sure enough, it's this game that kind of looks like No Man's Sky. But I'm like, okay, what is this? It looks a little better, or not better, but like a little kiddier, I guess, and that drew me in instantly. I'm like, okay, this looks a little like it looks approachable. Like I can get into this.
It looks like space combat.
The whole time, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh gosh, like this would like it looks like they're fighting space bot. Like this looks like it could have been a cool Star Fox game.
I know,
like,
exactly. That's
instantly thought that, and then sure enough, like the screen comes on again, and he's calling for help, and you hear the little blah blah blah, and then it shows the red scarf, and instantly I went, God damn it, they're going to have a character that looks like Star Fox, and this could have been a Star Fox game.
It's going to be a human man.
I'm like, of course they're going to make and I was just so upset, and then they showed his eye or hand or something, and I was
really
like,
freaked.
Whoa.
You saw the handkerchief, and you're like, absolutely not. You might remember back in the like F-Zero GX for the GameCube, there was like a James McCloud character. Do you remember that? Like Star Fox's dad was like a racer.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, he was like, just a guy with sunglasses, but he was like wearing the outfit, but he was a human male.
The green pants.
This is kind of akin to like
the vest.
Soul Calibur 3 with Link, right? Except
two.
Was it 2?
Yeah,
I don't remember which one it was.
Before we get corrected by the fans at home. Yeah.
And but I just think this obviously, like, it makes sense for Star Fox to be in this game. Like, maybe it doesn't, but I think it just, like, the concept plays a little better than, you know, I guess a fighter.
What I was going to say when we were talking about just, like, seeing the space combat, it reminds me of what I wish, like, Star Fox Zero was more like.
Yes.
On the Wii U, but you're like managing 2 different screens and yada yada. Whereas this looks like just a fun, simple fighter. And if those retro rumors are true tomorrow, that we're getting like a racer, you know, this is kind of your only way to get your fix of like the Star Fox space battles. Yeah.
But it just showed like go for it.
That does seem like a very Nintendo thing to do. Just like, hey, I know you want to do Star Fox starfighting, but we're actually not.
But we have another idea. He's made out of yarn and it's a platformer. So get your Slippy, give it the second controller.
I really am loving this partnership with Ubisoft, and, you know, like, just kind of highlighting some of their IP that they're either not paying attention to or feel like, hey, they're actually doing something creative, and it's a Miyamoto property, right? Or like little like brainchild that they're giving away.
It's interesting to me a little bit about the partnership with Ubisoft, because if you look at all of the third-party publishers and developers, for the most part, Bethesda is like, you know, giving the most games to the Switch, right? There's Wolfenstein 2 coming out, there's this Doom,
right?
And there aren't really a ton of big Ubisoft games. There's no like Assassin's Creed port, you know, or Watch Dogs or what have you that's actually managed to make it to Switch. Instead, it's like these collaborations where the Mario characters are directly in a game made by Ubisoft, which is interesting. How that's
all that communicating, I'm so interested to see like the Assassin's Creed like developers last year when Odyssey got announced, and they're like, "Dang, that was the name we were going for."
Name. I know. Yeah. But you know what? The last Assassin's Creed game was Origins, and there's about 400 things with the subtitle Origins, so you might as not care too much about that.
And also, Horizon Zero Dawn is like basically every video game name ever.
Right, every name. Just from the people who brought you Killzone, the concept for every game.
So nice. Anyways, I'm really excited for it. I like the combat looks really fun. The graphics look great, and I was when you saw the R-Wing doing its barrel rolls and firing bombs, I was like, oh, that's so cool. But I didn't really get what the clips they were showing of the toys. I'm like, okay, there's some toy component. I didn't realize it was a controller they were holding. Right. So I don't know. I hope, maybe not. It sounds like this is going to be integral to the gameplay, but it'd be nice.
It's like you wish there was like a digital edition where it's just like, I want to play the R-Wing and I don't want the whole game even. But of course, there's no way around it. I think like the R-Wing and the game together are like $75, which is a bit steep feeling. But you know what? Oh, absolutely. I bought Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard, the Star Fox game featuring Grippy, Slippy's uncle, which is a very upsetting name. Let's go on.
So good on Ubisoft.
Good on them for sure. So, boys, and anyone who happened to be listening, thank you for sticking around and finding us. But tell everyone you know. Let's talk a little bit about E3 tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we have the Nintendo Direct, and so we're gonna get kind of a slew of Nintendo announcements, and then it will be followed by a Treehouse event where they will demo some of the games. And if it's anything like last year, there will be some new announcements as well that are revealed in this type of kind of Q&A developer sit down style format. So before we get into it, I thought I would just go over briefly some of the things they announced last year to give us kind of context for this, and anyone listening at home who might be less familiar, i.e. my mother. So for example, but my mother not familiar with E3. Yes, but mother is familiar, of course, with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So last year, the announcements were with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. There was Kirby, Star Allies. Both these games have come out. They made mention of a Pokemon game being worked on. There was a tease with no gameplay footage for Metroid Prime 4. There was some footage of a cardboard Yoshi game. Fire Emblem
looked beautiful.
Warriors. Yes, it did look really nice. Fire Emblem Warriors, the Musou game, was Dynasty Warriors style game, was also shown, which had already been teased. And they also talked about, I think, the Zelda DLC, as well as Mario plus Rabbids. That was the announcement of it, and the game was coming out very quickly thereafter in August of that year. Beyond that, we saw a little bit of Mario Odyssey, and then at the Treehouse Live event, the kind of roundtable, it was then that we saw that Metroid was getting a 3DS game in Metroid Samus Returns. So that was kind of the slew of bigger announcements there. There are other little things, Sushi Strikers and whatnot, but by and large, it was that. So to kind of go back, and I remember feeling like it was a very exciting E3, and that's not a bad set of announcements, but it always is like good to put it in perspective a little, because it's like, it doesn't necessarily set the world on fire as far as things announced there.
But not like Chibi Robo.
Not like Chibi Robo, no. But there can only be so many of those games. The demand is just too high. They keep cranking them out.
Can you remind me? I can't recall. Was there a big Nindy presence last year, or was that a separate direct that came a couple months later? Like, when did I see Wargroove and start salivating over Wargroove and really want Wargroove? I
don't know. The historians are they'll be looking into that for ages to come. There was Rocket League announced then, but yeah, I think beyond that, for the most part, there weren't not many indies, and I imagine that's going to be the same case for tomorrow, but, hard to say, especially because the Switch is so hot now. You'd figure a lot of, indies are trying to, of course, get on there. The question is, does Nintendo want to dedicate time of their E3 to give?
Well, it's supposed to be, 45 minutes? That's what's been heard leaked or rumored.
Yeah, pretty standard for them, kind of a little on the short side.
Well, actually, last year I think was shorter.
Yeah, I think so. 30 or so minutes. And then then hours of Treehouse Live.
Right. There's also a slew of people have been posting this a lot. All the Amazon orders or the templates for the thumbnails for all the games are just what's soon to be announced at E3, and it's just 13 or 14 slots of games.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's exciting.
Yeah.
So what are the ground rules here? How are we doing this?
Okay, so we've devised a little bit of a game that would probably have all interpreted the rules differently, and it's probably all going to be goofed. But we, the three of us, are each going to put out some predictions regarding the announcements tomorrow. This is how it works. There are 3 predictions that are real slam dunks. Okay, these are the dunkers, and you're going straight down to the hoop with a big old splash, right? You're playing water basketball now. So 3 that we feel pretty good about. Granted, Nintendo, it always is so rando that I'm sure these will not even be accurate. But the things that feel like safe bets that aren't particularly ambitious. Then 3 more reach for it predictions after that point. Also, we might discuss / submit some predictions that are more of a wish list, not even in their own possibility, but these are things I would love to see. And then after that, we're going to talk about Smash Bros. Specifically, which we know will be there tomorrow, and there will be a demo and hands-on on the show floor. We're going to talk about the characters that we would like to see in it, as well as just some predictions regarding Smash. Awesome. Likely. And that sounds fine?
Yep.
It's so close. Literally, I mean, we're hours.
I'm sure by the time that anyone's listening to this, it's well past.
Now I gotta imagine the individuals who are brought in for the tournament have. I would feel Nintendo would be like, hey, here's the game, practice up. Here's your NDA. If you say anything, you will be attacked by the Nintendo ninjas and no longer exist. We'll destroy your YouTube channel.
Man, for us, that's a precious resource. I mean, that's really paying the bills.
Take them all down so that they can find us easy.
Yeah, please. There was a Wario64 tweeted an hour ago too that some people had spotted because the Splatoon tournament was happening right about now, and in the background you can see the GameCube adapter from the Wii U.
No way.
Yes, you can. Well, that's very exciting. I know. But we figure that probably Smash will have GameCube support, and we already know that the Wii U adapter that was for Smash on Wii U already works with the Switch, that the 5.0 update or what have you introduced that functionality. Accidentally, yeah. So the Donkey Kong Conga bongos do work for Smash 5, confirmed.
Perfect.
So let's chat about
here we go.
Okay, Matt, do you want to kick us off first?
Sure, and we'll just do you want to go 1, 2, 3, or I think we should go me, you, Andrew, back and forth.
I think we just cycle it through.
So we did have, and I think this is probably going to be on everyone's list, but we did just have a Star Fox reveal, and I was so happy for the same reasons we all alluded to, because I really feel that means that we're going to see more Star Fox, or there's just going to be more of an emphasis on. Okay. I mean, just the crowd reaction to that when I was watching it live was just so huge, and I hope that I don't know. I hope it means something more, but I do think the retro rumor is real. I think it sounds legit. It makes sense to me. I'm excited for a Star Fox Grand Prix racer / Diddy Kong racing experience.
And so we're thinking that's our slam dunk is going to appear tomorrow. Yes.
I think that's Retro's. Yeah, I think Retro's showing what they've got, and I think it's coming out in 2018.
Okay, and I'm going to push you on one thing. If you just to make it a little more specific, give me one give me like a couple month range. So do you think it's coming out like November and December type thing, or something along those lines? But make it kind of more specific.
So I think it's either coming out September, October, or December. And I only say December because it is a bigger game. To me, it sounds like it could be a bigger game, and they might want to like wait until post Pokemon, post Smash. And when's Smash supposed to come out? Oh, we don't know. But it's traditionally it's come out in November, right?
I believe that is accurate.
There's October ones, I think, right? Maybe potentially.
Maybe. I think you're right. I think there have been both. The Smash for Wii U and 3DS came out. Oh no, those were
separated because 3DS came out first. Well, this is research we could have done, but we did not do. We're not experts on it. I'll look it up. But okay, so choose a date, choose a month.
I'm saying September 2018. Okay. That's it.
Very good. We'll give you September or October. That'll be the fair. Okay, Andrew, go next.
Cool, okay.
All right, so I'm sort of playing off one of those leaks that we saw. I'm thinking Overcooked 2 is for sure going to be announced.
Definitely.
And I'm thinking it's going to be, it's going to have online play, obviously, because that's a big thing Nintendo's doing this time.
For sure.
And this time it's in food trucks.
That's
only food trucks, right?
Only food. Actually, there was a food truck level.
There was.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so you're saying Overcooked 2. Do you want
Overcooked 2? I think it'll be out in August, probably September.
Okay. I love that game was like just you're building up your own restaurant and just gets harder and harder and harder, but you're like you can add on to your restaurant and like I don't know. To me,
I like that. That would be a clever change.
Kind of cool concept.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if you could like manage your own restaurant and whatnot. Because Overcooked 1 so fun, but yeah, it would be neat to have like that type of thing where it's like almost like a game dev story on iOS or something where it's like you have like you're building up, you're doing all this kind of micromanagement of these little things, but also you have the frantic pace of delivering. You can upgrade. Let's say you can upgrade to be like more servers or like things of that nature. That would be fun.
Yeah. Awesome. I like that idea. Let's just say that's going to happen.
Very good. Okay, you're saying September. Okay, so my first prediction is not necessarily a specific game, but prediction 1 is I'm going to say there will be no fewer than 3 previously released Nintendo exclusives remastered for Switch. So these are games that are made by Nintendo, or at least like only Nintendo. So like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, for example, that would be a game just like Mario Kart DX. I'm not counting like when Diablo or something like that is there. We're not going to count that, but something that was only on a Nintendo console, then putting out again for the Switch. That's like not an indie, but something that's more substantial. So I'm thinking things along the lines of Super Mario 3D World, possibly. If we saw Wind Waker again, I don't think we're going to see those games, but I'm saying 3 previous Nintendo games that they want to have a little more love. That's my prediction 1.
Really, real quick sidebar here. What do you think are, aside from what we've already heard? 3D World seems like it'd be, I think, a great opportunity for them. It was a great game. And it got a Wii U audience, so it would seem like a no-brainer. But what are some of the other ones that we already haven't seen that were kind of like the staples of the Wii U that you don't think have made it over yet?
Well, obviously, Wii U Party. That's a big one. Me Party, was that the name of the game? But that's a huge fan favorite.
Pikmin needs to come over for sure.
Yeah, Pikmin's a great guess. Pikmin 3.
Like you see Pikmin 3 coming over and then them announcing Pikmin 4? No?
Ooh,
yes?
That would be exciting. I know the question as it relates to Smash is like what game do they announce and then immediately lead into like a character reveal, Right. Just like they've done for the Splatoon characters. And then how many times can they do it, right? You figure they can only do that once, and then they kick into the Smash stuff. But anyway, Pikmin, that's a really good prediction. I think, we're already getting so many games. Captain Toad, we're getting, we just had Donkey Kong, we've already had Mario Kart. But I think it'll be things like, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Zelda games, both of them, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker at some point. I think, Mario, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a game I'd like to play again. I think Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think that can come over.
Could get a Wii U, yep.
Yeah,
or
so
I think Switch for it, yep.
And I also do think there's a chance that we get things that aren't Wii U, in this prediction. So like maybe even not I don't really think it's going to happen, but like an Ocarina of Time, the 3DS version, coming over for Switch, or things kind of that ilk.
I could be down for that. Just in like
that would be
remastered Majora's Mask, maybe even.
Yeah, and like take that, because everyone always wants that Majora's Mask HD. We had the Grezzo version for the 3DS, very good, but it'd be fun to have like the HD assets and all those things that probably already exist.
Yeah. I think Skull Kid. Ooh. No.
Smash
Badger, huh?
Ooh, it'd be spooky.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. All those great ideas. So, okay, so jumping back to my second one, I think Bayonetta 3 will be fully revealed with a release date.
Okay, nice. That's good.
And I think it's coming out late summer. I'm going to say August.
Oh, my gosh.
I just feel like the 1 and 2 are both on the Switch already, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. I feel like... to me, it's like, here are the ones that you got last time, and here's the new one, like, soon after. And I feel like it's been enough time. They showed off that really cool CGI trailer. I think it's time.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good prediction. If they don't give a date, that's all right too. I think if they showed off more so than we've seen, that would be, I don't know, a bit of a surprise. Okay, Andrew, what's yours?
There's definitely going to be some Metroid news, whether that is another like teaser trailer or maybe even some gameplay. Hopefully, that'd be awesome. But
that'd be
I
nice.
think they'll say something about Metroid 4 for sure. Metroid Prime 4.
That would be very exciting. This is not one of my predictions, but I did write out my sheet as bonus. My prediction is absolutely nothing of substance on Metroid Prime 4. I think it's not going to be there, but I would like it.
You don't think so?
But just because they're just wacky guys. I don't even know if anyone's really making that game or if they've just started. So, but I think there's a chance it could easily go either way. People are definitely expecting to hear about it, I would say.
I think it won't be there in the way of like, here's a big reveal, here's like gameplay, but I do think they know they're like getting better at these presentations and understanding like what kind of like the fans are looking for. And I think after showing the 4 logo, I think if they show anything else, they know that it's at least if they said like, did they give a release date? I don't think so. They just said in development, right?
Just gave a logo.
So they could show like Samus's helmet, she's holding her helmet, but you don't see her helmet, akin to what we just saw with the Halo trailer, and then just say 2019 in the same way that they did Zelda, and they kept teasing Zelda like that, like here's a bunch of blades of grass and then a date, which wasn't actually true,
right? A couple times.
I think that could happen.
That is a good prediction. It'll be interesting to see. I'm of the mindset where like I prefer the one teaser is fun, but then like the next time I want to see like gameplay, and then I want it to be closer to coming out. Like for example, the Sony conference, which is happening right as we're recording. But for Spider-Man, we saw that one originally teased. It was exciting, and then we saw it again at E3 with gameplay. And now it's like this time I feel somewhat like the game comes out in a couple months. I'm not necessarily that excited to see it shown again. I'm excited for the game. So I hope they don't draw out the Metroid thing too long, but yes, there's definitely a possibility of that. Okay, my second guess then, I'm saying there's going to be Super Mario paid DLC that will come as an expansion to be released this fall. And I'm going to go ahead and say, something October-ish timeline there. So something, I'm going to say October, November.
So what's the kind of content you're thinking?
Kind of something where it's like more. Right now we have the like Find Luigi balloon mode, but something where it's like some more kingdoms. So maybe you're going to Delfino Kingdom or something like that.
That'd be cool.
That would be fantastic.
Something of that ilk. They were so into DLC, and the game has not had any substantial DLC. And I think in the same way with Splatoon, where it's like we got this free stuff, and then eventually now there's the paid stuff about to come out. I can see the same thing for Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I would love? I would love a world where it was just like sports town, and it was just like all the places Mario and his friends, like all these sports games are from.
Oh yeah, that could be really valuable for like the canon of the Mario universe, where it's like, oh, it's the NBA
right.
hoops, like 3-on-3 people here.
This is where that's from. Or or
it's like, Mario teaches
Island?
Typing over here. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the random Mario Party athletic games.
All those ones you love. They're doing various things in boats and rowing, and I would like to see that built out. They go to a carnival area, and it's like, this is the place from Mario Party 4 or whatever. Woohoo Island, that could be an option too. Still not my favorite location in the Nintendo universe, the extremely bland resort island. But all
right, one of my very first YouTube videos was flying that little plane around and finding all the like secret medals or things, whatever was floating around. And
No,
actually
you're
got a
probably
lot
the
of
only
hits.
person who did that. I know, probably more than all of our videos combined so far, so I'm not going to really scoff at it.
But I really loved that component, and I think that, I mean, I cherished that.
Mm-hmm. No,
Also fencing.
Also fencing, yes. And bike, you can do the biking with your hands, like push on the pedals or whatever. Very fun. Okay, let's keep going then. For the next one, Matt.
All right, so I think we're gonna see Intelligent Systems Fire Emblem. I think Fire Emblem is happening. I actually believe this more than the other two predictions I made. I think we're gonna see Fire Emblem in all its glory. I just feel like Nintendo just loves riding this money train that is FE, and
right, especially with all the Fire Emblem Heroes success on mobile.
Oh my gosh! Well, every other tweet from their account is about Fire Emblem. Right. And you just scroll down, it's just like, okay, I get it. Like, people are playing this game and paying money.
It's also,
give it to me on the Switch.
It's like the one franchise they have on iOS that's like not dead, right? Miitomo is now gone.
Right.
Super Mario Run, people played it and then put it down, never played again. And Animal Crossing is creating like no buzz, but Fire Emblem is continually getting content, people talking about it. So
yeah, I have a lot of students that are playing constantly. So I think that's coming. I think it makes sense for them. Much in the vein that we're seeing like the Pokemon Go, Pokemon Let's Go connection. Right. Mm-hmm. I think they're eager to do that same thing with this, because this is what their whole argument for mobile. Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's coming out this year, and I think because like they said, this is a 2018 focused presentation. So yeah. I think it's coming. I think we've got Fire Emblem games pumped out so quickly. I don't see why they couldn't do it for Switch. But we'll see.
Do you think it'll be like a totally new like cast of characters, or do you think?
Good question.
I think a new blue-haired character.
I think it'll most likely be new characters, because I don't know, they just like have an uncanny ability to come up with like characters like that have new armor. Right. But I also do think they're really like leaning on the nostalgia like train right now with all things Switch. And I could see them, having some of the original characters in this, especially. I mean, that's what's helped with the app too. I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they'd be stupid not to be nostalgic with it.
But it also depends, because they gained a lot of new Fire Emblem fans with the Fire Emblem game on 3DS.
Right.
Oh, why am I forgetting the name?
For Awakening.
Awakening. Oh my gosh. I mean, I came back to Fire Emblem after a long time with Awakening. So I could see them sticking with some of those characters.
Nice.
Yeah, I can see that.
Very cool.
Okay, Andrew, then do you want to do your next prediction?
Yes. We sort of talked about it first, but Star Fox, obviously. It's like way too obvious. Maybe I should just come up with another one real quick.
That's all right. You think, okay, so Star Fox, I see what you're saying. Well, come up with some type of twist on it. Maybe make it a little different than the Mass will go for that.
I think maybe it's not going to be as racer-centric as everyone thinks, maybe.
Oh,
and
okay.
that there will be still, like, an arcade mode or something like that. I don't know. Because they can't be that ignorant.
I like that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you do wonder. I mean, for like Star Fox Adventure, a game that I know all three of us hold dearly closely to our heart. But for that game, there were those flying sections. Even though the game was an adventure game that was like on foot the whole time, they still had this kind of shoehorned traditional Star Fox experiences. Probably not to kind of to appease the fans. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that again.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Hopefully better. Hopefully better than those ones.
Well, but it's got Tricky in there. He's helping you navigate and whatever.
Hey, mumble, not now.
Mumble, no. Come on, Fox. Okay, my final of the Slam Dunk Productions is that I'm going to say there will be no significant news on the Nintendo online services. So there will not be any type of update to the Virtual Console games, to what the multiplayer features are going to be, anything of that ilk. It's just not even going to be there. So I think there's not going to mention it. And they might mention it passingly, but I think there'll be no like big details on it.
Why do you think that?
I think because they just play coy with these things. I think there's a better chance that we'll see like a Nintendo Direct specifically about it, like in August or something. And I think if there's anything negative, They don't want to bring it up.
Even with like information on Super Smash Brothers, you don't think they're going to dive into some of the ins and outs of like.
I worry they don't want to remind people that they're going to have to pay, or remind people that the infrastructure is not that great. I know we all played the Mario Tennis Aces tournament demo, and there were definitely some connection problems there, even though I really enjoyed it. So I don't think they're going to get into it.
It's so interesting because I feel like people who know and are watching this and are going to react in the moment already know they're paying. They just want to know now like what they're paying for. And I think that I feel like when they reveal some of these features in Smash, people are going to be waiting for, the competitive scene especially want to know that they're going to be able to play a seamless Smash Brothers and maybe get some special bonus or I don't know what is going to make this worth it other than just the option of playing online. But we'll see. But it also does seem very Nintendo to be like, no, we're not going to mention this until it shows up.
I'm sure like none of these predictions at all will even be there at all. Instead, be all types of like spin-off Kirby games that we did not predict. Okay, let's go on to the reach for it. I think we've all shared our. Okay, and let's try to crank through these faster because we have quite a few more predictions to go.
So here's my number one reach. I think that Nintendo is going to detail use the user interface 6.0, and it's going to come with lots of streaming apps. There's going to be some new partnerships that we're going to learn about. And we're finally going to get themes. It's going to happen 1 year, 1.5, 1 and a few months into the Wii U's life cycle. And that's
Switch?
The Switch's life cycle.
We're 4 years into the Wii U's funeral. The ongoing funeral march that is the Wii U's legacy.
It's so funny.
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, so that's what I think's happening. And
will the eShop have music? Will we get music in the eShop?
No, I think they're moving. That's the product of the Wii era, and I really think. I mean, when you think about the Wii U specifically, and not the Switch, the Wii U. I mean, this time. Mm-hmm. They had tons of stuff on there. I actually enjoyed watching YouTube on that device.
And you were alone for that. Yeah, I know. With my Wii U, there, of course, like there's that button that's like for the TV or VII. Yeah, I never used that function, but that is wild. It was a different Nintendo.
Build that into the Switch, and if like
the Wii U. No, it's not powerful enough.
No, if you're sitting on the Switch and you're playing, but you want to change the channel on the TV, and you hold down the home button, and the little sidebar pops out. What if they added like a channel changer to that function?
The dock already switches components for me when I turn my Switch on.
Right,
that is true.
It turns on.
Yeah,
I'm going to say the odds of this happening are 0, but I do like the idea.
We're reaching here. Come on.
That's fine. Andrew, take it away. What is your next prediction?
All right. I'm very hopeful, but probably not going to happen. I'm thinking Nintendo's going to have their own sort of like branded Battle Royale game.
Okay. Oh, okay. Dude, what property? What property will it be?
Super Smash Brothers Battle Royale.
Honestly, it could even be just all Nintendo properties.
Oh my God! What if that?
So cool. Can you imagine? How would like a Battle Royale game, but it's just the cast of Diddy Kong Racing. It's just those ones. You got the clock. You got TikTok. You got WizPig. You got Dixie.
You got the elephant guy.
You got Candy. You got Elephant Guy. Yeah, the terrible Indian stereotype.
Characters that really did the stain.
What if they just did all like the B and C list characters of Nintendo, the ones that never get games? To throw them together, give them some new life.
Yeah, it's a battle to get the next big game. Winner gets.
They're battling. Yeah, it's like to remain relevant.
They're like
Billy
forgotten.
Hatcher. We got Billy Hatcher in here.
From Sega game in the mix. I like it. Like all the Sonic characters, they're just fighting to stay relevant. Yeah, I love this. It's kind of like for Smash Bros. Where the original, it was like the toy box and all the figurines are fighting. Yeah. But in this scenario, it's like a Nintendo board meeting, and like Miyamoto and whomever are up there, just like choosing like what's the big rollout for the next year, and like all these properties like fighting on the page. Like, please, like let me rise to the top. It's like it's your friend Rhythm Heaven or
Island.
And then Reggie.
No,
Reggie puts
I'm trying to make Woohoo Island happen. Then he snaps his fingers and.
Reggie definitely confirmed character in this fictional
absolutely.
Battle Royale game.
Yeah, he's like the Thanos event. Is Reggie coming down?
I like that reach. Well done.
Yeah, very good. Okay, here is my reach, which I'm saying is, this is not really as ambitious as either one of yours, but I'm going for that a new Kid Icarus game is shown. Not because I want it, not because I liked the last one, but because I think there's always a chance they do it. You know, we know...
Even with
Sakurai,
Smash right now?
Sakurai's busy with Smash, but here's the thing. Smash 5 is definitely going to be, though, a new game, very derivative of the Wii U game. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a big departure. And I think Sakurai is probably like, hey, I just busted, both my wrists or whatever making the Wii U version. I'm not ready to do another. And they're like, hey, we're going to let you fund your passion project on the side.
Everyone busted their wrist playing your last game.
Right, exactly. And their eyes, they use the 3D feature. And but something I think he's going to get like, hey, they're going to push it his way. He's going to get to have done this as well. That's my prediction. Kid Icarus. I know, it's not right. Okay, Matt, next up.
Okay, so actually, in the same vein as you, where this doesn't make sense and probably won't make sense because it is intelligent systems, but I'm reaching for, it's been too long, Advance Wars. I think they're going to steal Wargroove Thunder, which would be so funny, but also so sad. I'd buy both. But I think, and maybe not intelligent systems. I don't know if they're ever going to go back to that franchise, but I think we'll get, maybe there could be a chance that they roll out, you see a little 8-bit tank just rolling on down, a 16-bit tank. That'd be so fun. Or
finally,
it makes an appearance
fun
in
again.
some way. It would be cool to see it make an appearance, whether that was in Smash or in some other form.
There was the assist trophy in the last ones, but something more significant to have that would actually be a great Smash lead-in to have Andy or whatever of the red stars or whatever it's called, and have an Advance Wars trailer thing, and then it is actually the Smash Bros trailer. Would be exciting.
Oh, it's actually Orange Star. Excuse me. Whoa.
Orange Star. Excuse me.
But it very much looks red on the game.
Yeah, Red Star is too obviously Russian, so they can't go for that.
But it could be possible that they. It could show up in Smash in some way, but I'm also thinking, and I don't know if they're gonna announce any mobile at this, but it just makes so much sense for a mobile game. Don't you think? Advance War, they're
right. No, that would be great
right now with Fire Emblem. So maybe I'm hoping that we get some Advance War something. Yeah.
Instead, it'll be Battalion Wars 3, baby. They're back.
I'll buy it. I will definitely buy it, then. That actually kind of had a very Battle Royale feel to it in terms of its character art and just the feel of that game. Just in kind of the world that
kind of a cheap, plain looking.
Yeah, very cheap. Yeah. So
I can see that. Yeah, I think a lot of people will point back to Battalion Wars as kind of the start of the Battle Royale movement.
Oh, totally.
Maybe the start of the third-person shooter as a whole, as a genre.
The two-player in that game, though, was actually entertaining.
Well, then you and one other person are the only people to have ever experienced that.
It was great. We just fought each other for months.
The battle still is ongoing. We're still in the trenches.
Over Nintendo Wi-Fi or whatever it was called.
Yes, you would not be chatting, but not much has changed there. Okay, Andrew, your next reach.
This one has a little asterisk next to it and a question mark because I don't know if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. But I'm hopeful that, I guess, if I'm hopeful, it's a good thing. I'm thinking Smash roster will be the biggest one yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. Okay.
But
what's the number if you had to
we're thinking they're gonna have to say this explicitly tomorrow.
Row,
they're gonna say the biggest one.
I forget how many. It's 35 and no, there's way more.
I think it's way more. I think it's
when does
50 basically.
Yeah, when do they go over the limit there? When does it just become too much?
When did they jump the shark? Was it the third Mii fighter? Was that too much? But yes, okay, I like this. You're saying they're gonna make a stink tomorrow about saying, okay, this is the biggest one yet.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
Okay, interesting.
Say it's the biggest roster yet. Maybe no clones either, which is
okay.
Bold.
Well, that would be big.
I don't know if that's possible with Nintendo.
That is bold. I know. Then they're because I would like it if the games did no longer have the clone characters, particularly the Dark Pit. And things like that, which are the lamest ones.
Even
but
Lucina,
the worry then is
Lucina.
You lose Ganondorf unless they've changed him, which would be nice if they did. But some of those, Wolf and Falco, but of course we haven't had Wolf in a while. Okay, I like it. Okay, my next big. I'm going to do this one. It was originally my Smash prediction, but I'm just going to change it and put it in here to try to limit the number of predictions. So mine was that. So kind of like yours, Andrew, but mine's the opposite direction, which I'm going to say Smash will be a service-like game, kind of like Splatoon, and the full starting roster will be no more than 30. So it's going to be a smaller roster than we ended with for the Wii U one. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be fewer characters, and they're going to kind of roll them out as time goes on. That's what I'm predicting instead.
Okay. That sounds for free, almost like it's going to happen.
I think like Splatoon and my estimate about Mario, it will be free for a while, and then there'll be some paid ones later.
Okay.
I like that, especially I don't know, maybe not especially, but if there really is a big online component to this game, I could see that taking place. I think that they've rolled that out with Splatoon, loved it, rolled it out with Splatoon 2. We're still getting weapons, so
yeah. No. I think what would be fun about the service idea, even if they do end up getting the biggest roster, so both things could honestly be true, but like what would be fun about the service is if there were an element where it's like, every time they make an announcement, every month or so, it gets kind of people talking again about like, this character's coming out, how's it going to change things? It's free, so everyone gets them. You don't run into the things like for Smash 4, the DLC characters were fun and exciting, but I played against tons of people and they're like, oh, Bayonetta's in this game? Like, who is this random character? For like many of those, it would be fun to have like slightly smaller, and they're like, hey, it's, Lucas is back with a new moveset or something like that, and gets people kind of talking and keeps the game relevant.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, let's do Matt. Next reach for it.
Okay, Animal Crossing Switch. It's a big reach, but and I wanted to put this on my wish list, and it is still on my wish list technically. But like, I do think that we've talked about this on this podcast before. That it's been a long time. It originally came out in 2012. We got it in 2013. They've had enough time. I gotta believe that they were developing assets for this game to be on the Wii U at some point. We got that Wii U app where all the animals were walking around. Visit.
Right.
I
Animal Crossing tease.
Staring at that. And I think it's been a long time. And to me, that is a great opportunity for a big online game and a big online push. And that, to me, the Nintendo Switch needs. They need heavy hitters, and they're getting that in Pokemon, I guess you can argue, and in Smash. And those are both confirmed for this year. So I guess you could say, okay, that's their Odyssey and their Zelda for this year. But I really do think that that's going to be a big component of their online push, and I think a lot of people easily sold on anything Animal Crossing. And I think the time is right. However, I know that because of what we've already heard confirmed, I just don't know if there's room for another AAA like major game from them that's going to sell units. A lot of these games Metroid 4 may not sell units. Pikmin 4 may not sell units. DLC for Rabbids was not going to sell units, but Animal Crossing would totally push units, and I feel like Nintendo's trying to. They need to, and I think they're doing this is put their foot on the pedal and just drive this success each and every year. So that's what I'm hoping, but we'll see.
No, I like that for sure. Yeah. With you on all fronts. To be totally excited to have the new Animal Crossing. I think there's a huge group of people clamoring for it. Like the Pocket Camp, people didn't really love, and I think most of the reception was gonna wait for the new one. And the Switch is so popular now. Obviously, it has all the mobility going for it. I think it'd be awesome to have something like that.
Yeah. So we're seeing so many fun ideas come to life in Pocket Camp that are just have never been in a game before, and we saw a little glimpse of that at the end of, I wouldn't say it's the end of New Leaf's life, because I still know players that play New Leaf, but with the camp component.
It's the end of that game's life. You can feel comfortable saying that. Came out 2012.
Never ends. Those animals are in your town right now, wondering where you are.
and there's weeds you gotta pull, so get back in there, Mayor.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really hoping there's I've got all kinds of stuff that I want from that game, but I'll save that for another podcast.
Okay, very good. Andrew, your next reach for it.
I'm hoping they're gonna have some Pokemon RPG news for us, and not the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu stuff.
Oh, something more on the core side.
Yeah, and if they do say something, it's going to be, extremely minimal, I'm sure. But I just want like a teaser image or just something to.
Yeah, I like it. The thing that would make me think that might be possible, I would say, yeah, it's a reach, but the thing that makes me kind of second guess a little is that every opportunity that they've had since the Let's Go, I think they know the reception was a little shaky.
Yeah,
they do.
And they kind of keep bringing up like, yeah, it's core. Yes, there'll be new Pokemon. Yes, it'll be our biggest number of Pokemon yet. Like, they keep trying to build it because I think they're trying to do like a little bit of control on that message.
Yeah.
So I could see where they're like, oh, like here's an image of the starters or something like that. Just to like tease it. It would be kind of early for Pokemon's sake, but that's exciting. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
even just a little like snippet of like us working on the game, similar to what they did with the Alola region. It was Sun and Moon. They showed off what was it like? They were like working in their studio, and you could kind of see like concept art of stuff.
And they did this last year, even for the Switch thing. They're like, we don't have a Pokemon game yet, except for Pokken, but
like
it is coming, and I'm working. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. He's like, all these papers describe Pokemons that are yet to be designed, but yes, okay, agreed there. Okay, good. Okay, I think I'm next up on the predictions, and so my next prediction, which I believe is my last of the reach. Am I next? Did I make that up? We're good?
No, you're last.
Yeah, you're good. Go, yeah.
Okay, this is my next reach for. I think they might tease a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, not necessarily the name, but something of that. Something of that caliber. So it would be Zelda, and it would be like the next Zelda. Something kind of tease, because my prediction for it is they're going to do, for the next Zelda game, something that is like Majora's Mask, the Zelda Gaiden idea, where it's like we're quickly turning around this game. People love Breath of the Wild, they loved the engine, and we got substantial DLC fairly quickly after that game. I wouldn't be surprised if they tease not to come out this year, but something that's like same time, maybe March of 2019, where it's like shown a little tease about it. Keep people talking about that.
Like, how cool would it be if like the moon just returns to the whatever, is it Hyrule anymore? It's Hyrule. That's weird.
Yeah, still Hyrule for that. But yeah, Termina was the town in Majora's Mask. But yeah, something like that where it's like they just put a little, maybe it's even a similar world map, but they either expand it out or go to a new area or what. But it all looks similar to Breath of the Wild, but it's similar to the DLC. You have just some new challenges, new shrines, new story. And it is a sequel. They just flip it around more quickly. So I think there's a chance.
It's low
That's my reach for it, but low rule now. Back to low rule.
Wild version.
Just that would be something. You see that bad Zelda. Spoilers for Link Between Worlds. Okay, I like it.
So did we go through all of our reaches, or are we going on to wish list? I can't count.
Yeah,
I think
through my reaches.
Okay, we're good. So now we're on to the Smash. So this is now the second half, the final portion of the podcast. We're talking about Smash specifically.
We don't want to do our wish list? Or maybe
you're right. Take it away.
I'll do one thing I'm hoping for. We could go around and do that. So I'm actually hoping for, in the vein of Breath of the Wild, I'm actually hoping for a Part 3 DLC. I just love the world, and I'm thinking like it would just be so great for them to continue to put things in. I don't know if it's like big boss fights, or give me like a DLC that's all about like battling giant monsters.
Okay.
That's what I want. Give me that, please.
Scully Tullies have been mysteriously absent from Breath of the Wild.
Is that the correct enunciation of their name? What do they put them all there? It's like, you thought 900 Korok seeds was a lot? Well, now there's 1,400 Scully Woolly Bullies, and they're all up in there, and you turn the mic on, turn the sound on loud, because you're going to have a hard time finding them.
Noise, just like Ocarina of Time.
Right. And then you go to that spooky house, and the whole family's like, we're cursed, and we're not in a good place. But we'll give you a big wallet with nothing in it.
Okay.
I would like it. I would like that.
Predictions? Or what's your wish list? What do you want? It's you, Austin.
Andrew?
Oh, me?
No.
Whomever. I can go if you're
you
ready.
wanted the Scully toy. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, no. Scully Tullies was a nice prediction. We're just building off of your Zelda DLC 3. Okay, I will hop in. For me, for the big, it would be awesome to see. I always just love new Nintendo hardware, and I have some mixed thoughts. I don't know that I necessarily would want like a Switch XL or new Nintendo Switch XL style thing, but I always do get excited about just any type of thing like that. So something along those lines, maybe even
Joy-Con.
some type of Joy-Con related thing with a D-pad would be exciting. Some type of like GameCube Joy-Con.
Oh, right.
They're
Colors.
specific
Now
to
we're
Smash.
talking.
Yeah, what if they were like purple Joy-Con for Smash and they had like the strange button layout of the GameCube? And so when you had someone over and they needed a second, when they needed a second controller, the person who had the right Joy-Con there like had the little C-stick nub as like their main analog stick. I'm like, how do I possibly use this? And then like a giant A button, a little B button. I want that. And I'll give it to everyone I race against in Mario Kart. I'll give them one of those and I will crush them. But something hardware related would be exciting. I know there was like some speculation that maybe we get a 3DS revision, of which there have been so many. I've always had a really fun time with those. I think the new Nintendo 2DS XL is like definitely the pinnacle of that family of products. I don't know if I necessarily would want another, but I can't help but get excited about the thought of like, a new Nintendo 2DS Micro or something like that, like for the Game Boy Advance with the something like that is still just exciting as like the toy X 2DS Micro XL.
Swapping faceplates. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I know. Well, they have that on one of the many models.
If they drop new hardware with swapping faceplates before they give me a freaking theme for my Switch, I'll lose it.
You got black, you got white. What more do you need, boy?
Okay, clean. Andrew, I probably will just end up going back to that.
I know, seriously. Okay, Andy.
Let's see. I thought we were doing
just some wish it.
Well,
we'll do it next. What, just like a general wish? If you had a wish. Yeah,
just have anything from Nintendo.
It can be a life. It can be a life thing. It doesn't have to be Nintendo related, frankly.
What do I want?
Right.
What do I want?
Very good. Enunciate the different parts of it. Yeah, it's a lot of questions.
Okay, let's think about this now.
Well, you keep thinking about it, and you can put it at the end. Also, I want to jump in here with another poorly timed thing. 3DS version of Smash Bros. Came out September 13th, 2014. So it really spans the fall range as far as when the release date is going to be. Okay. So that's all good.
Good to know. So we got Smash. It's coming. All we've seen so far is a bunch of little inklings playing around from Splatoon 1, and then a lot of silhouettes, and everyone's hyped. So what are we seeing tomorrow? How are we doing this? Just character predictions?
Let's go like this. Let's do this. Let's just talk generally for a minute about general predictions, and then we'll do 3 specific characters each. Okay?
All right. Okay.
So just general. So I'm thinking small roster, but gets bigger. And I was thinking the biggest roster yet. I'm thinking it's going to be very similar to the Wii U one. It'll be definitely a new game. Those are all things I'm on board for. I think it has so many opportunities to say it's not a new game that it's past at this point. It has to be new.
Yeah.
All right.
I think GameCube controller support.
It's right. I think the same GameCube controller adapter is going to work for the Wii U,
for sure.
Or for the Switch. It's going to work there's going to be those 2 little USBs on the Switch dock toaster thing.
We should just rename this podcast to be like Wii U related, because if somebody wants like sweet Wii U nostalgia, this might be truly the only podcast that does that.
Hey, do you all own Wii U?
Yeah. I had 2. Actually, I had 2 in my lifetime.
Yeah, that's impressive. There was no revision on it too.
Then another podcast post. So
four Wii U's, three boys.
Okay. You own 2, right, Andrew?
I did.
So far.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, it's been like
Wind
between
Waker Special Edition one, and then
that's good to have.
To my girlfriend, and then I got another one.
Oh, so nice of you.
Yeah, that was very generous. Still, that gold little accent around the Wii U game. It's like the only thing noticeable about it. Yeah. But I did like it. That was the only special edition I think of the Wii U. It was strange they didn't crank out more.
Actually,
that would have really turned the tide.
The Historium downloaded on there. The like the art book.
Oh, so wow! The Hyrule Historia.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can like flip the pages, right?
Yeah,
on
with
the
touchscreen. So that was
my god!
I love that.
Yeah, that was the last time we ever needed paper in the rest of recorded human history to read a book. Yeah, can you imagine using that Wii U gamepad as like a Kindle? Oh, baby, yes, please. Okay, here's some others
from my living room.
Read it on the couch. You're going nowhere until you put this book down. 3 Smash predictions that I did have. The ones that remain that I haven't already shared was that I think that custom moves, right? We're in the Wii U version. I don't know anyone that used them. I think they're gone. Okay, that's a prediction.
Cool.
And I hope they're gone.
I hope so.
And also, although I fear they won't be. But then another thing is, I think there will not be a single player. I think people would kind of like a Subspace Emissary version, kind of like Brawl had back on the Wii.
That's unfortunate if that's true.
I don't think it's going to happen because I really think this game is going to be really close to the Wii U one, but it's going to be branded as a new game. It's going to change around the characters and the art and stuff, but I think the assets, a lot of them are going to be the same. I think it's going to combine levels from the 3DS and the Wii U version.
So then why not?
There'll be new.
Why are they saying it's new then?
Because I think there'll be enough that's new. I think they feel like so. I think it's going to be like
people will complain, but they
will always complain. But like consider Splatoon 2. Like when that game was announced, it was like this could easily be Splatoon DX, right? We already had Mario Kart DX announced at that time, right? Yeah. But like Splatoon 2, over time grew into its own. But has a lot of the same courses and weaponry. It's again over time has changed, but that's been similar. I think it's going to be like that with this. I think if you were to look at a screenshot of this game, I think it's going to look similar to a sharper version of the Wii U one, which already looked great and nobody played. Right. So, I think it's going to mechanically be the same, where it's like it's somewhere between a more casual party game, but also has some finely tuned mechanics like Melee, which is I think the note that the Wii U version hit really well. I think it's going to play the same way as that. I think it'll be a lot of the same characters. Of course, we know Link will be in a different outfit, but I think it's going to be changes like that. Yeah. And then, I don't think there's going to be a big, robust single-player mode. But I'd like to be proven wrong somewhat. I like the cutscenes from Subspace Emissary, but not much else.
That was, about all you could scoundrel from.
That was kind of the give and take of that. What were your feelings, Matt, on Subspace back on the Wii?
I was really into it just because I enjoyed the cutscenes. I enjoyed this kind of ridiculous story they were trying to make up.
Yeah, I just have never loved like the platforming and fighting like the weak enemies.
I
just
didn't
never been the
enjoy
fun.
all that much playing through it, but I did it because I wanted to see those beautiful cutscenes.
I know, they were so nice. They were so incredibly nice. I agree.
But I could have just YouTubed it later. But
right. I know. Well, it was kind of in that,
But I was trying to get good. I think it's a fun way. They need to come with a fun way to engage in new characters, and people like me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm good with these two characters. I'm gonna stick to them, and I'm not someone that's like
Pichu and just Nana of the Ice Climbers. Not even Popo. Not even the one who can control.
That's what happens when people, own me with Pikachu. I'm like, I don't want to use Pikachu because they use
exactly.
Pikachu.
Just spamming Thunder the whole time, of course.
Yeah. So that was kind of my take.
Okay, very good. What about any other Smash specific guesses?
Well, I do have all of my predictions and guesses are around characters and I guess trophies. Okay. I do think trophies will be there. I think that's definitely part of the experience. But I don't know if we're jumping into characters yet, are we? Can I? Will I?
Andrew, any other thoughts, or do you want to go straight to characters?
Let's see. I'm hoping for more elaborate alternate costumes, rather than just different colors. Yes. Let's see different suits for Samus.
I know that's always the tease of Samus, because it'll be like it's the colors of the fusion suit, but it's definitely it's definitely the Varia suit or whatever. For sure.
Right. That would be great.
A lot of that. That'd be extremely nice. I guess she's always in the kind of the gravity suit with the big shoulder pads.
Now, you think if that's the case, will you see, and this is probably not going to happen, but would you see hey, you can be Breath of the Wild Link, or you could be, Twilight Princess Link?
Totally. That's exactly, I could totally see that happening. And
but being one character.
You go from having huge little ponytails, sideburns, to being darker and grittier and different shades of green.
Yeah, because they sort of did that. I mean, I guess as closest we ever got to him having a real alternate costume was Dark Link.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. And that was pretty substantial. I don't know.
Because the only other characters that have a cool alternate costume are Wario does have his original Mario outfit, and also the WarioWare one, which is cool.
That's true.
Right.
And
but beyond that, it's pretty
weird ones. But
Little Mac has the wireframe and also the sweater, so that's cool. That's a good recall on that. Okay, nice. That's a very good one. I've always wanted that. Also, all the different Ganondorf variations. That would be so neat.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that big chubby Ganondorf from Wind Waker do all the Captain Falcon aerobic stuff.
What if
that's the truest.
What if there was a mode you could play where everyone is in N64 graphics?
Oh, that'd be nice. It would be neat if like that is one of the games that come with the online service, even though right now it's just, the more retro things. But people would be so thrilled to have an online version of 64.
Oh, yeah. People would love that.
You figure it'll happen, but who knows?
I'm coming up. I've got a whole prediction brewing in the brain. More of a wish listy prediction, but I'm going to combine it with my whole the new user interface changing with the 6.0 update, and then them maybe potentially speaking to their online stuff. But I could see this concept rolling out with Smash, and that is a kind of a trophies award system where you can, right now, and Austin knows this, we complain often about kind of like what you can and can't see about your friends currently online.
Right.
And I would love to know what some of your accomplishments are. And the trophy system in Smash Brothers is super fun, and I think it'd be really cool if there was some way you could display that or show other individuals that you've gotten that, or you've earned that, or you can use it. You've unlocked a an image for your graphic for yourself to use. Yeah, theme, really.
I know that would be honestly so cool. Like I'm glad, I'm relieved often that there aren't trophies or achievements, because it just makes the games kind of stand alone. It takes off some of the pressure it's used to feel with those other games. However, it would be so nice to share, even if it's within Smash itself. Like, look at your buddy's profile. Look at the things they've unlocked. Look at how many, Melee and many games in the GameCube generation, such as Air Ride, had like the very fun grid of all the challenges you would have to complete. If you recall those. Nice. And what if you could see your friends, or like see how many trophies they have, and because it's like, I love Smash Bros. And they definitely have like this toy box feel where there's all these modes, all these trophies, all these things to unlock, all these things to customize. But to some degree, it's like, I don't know if I really want to play like the classic story mode again. Like for every character, all-star mode for every character, like adventure mode or subspace. Like, it's just a lot to get all the like character portrait and trophies.
Like overstayed its welcome? Are they coming up with a new way?
But if there was like a kind of quasi-competitive way of like looking at how your friends have done, and like, okay, when they beat classic mode with Mewtwo or whomever, like they got this score, and back on the 3DS version and Wii U, it was cool how you could like do that slider for the difficulty, and it really made a huge difference. Like the upper level, like the level 9.0 was like a nice try. I did everything like at 7, and I consider myself very MLG at Smash Bros. So it's like the clearly I'm not, but like the to have that type of like bragging rights stuff, that would be very neat.
Yeah, that's a hope. It's not a great prediction, but I could see like that'd be a really cool way to kind of usher in some, new online content like with this game. So I'm ready for some characters.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's kick it off then. Matt, do you want to take us characters first?
Yep.
Go for it.
We're gonna see a couple of funny little rabbits come out some kind of trailer, and they're gonna have a gun, and they're gonna we're gonna see some ridiculous over the top trailer with the rabbits. I think the partnership with Ubisoft is it's pretty deep at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw Star Fox in the game.
I hadn't thought about that. Rabbits are probably totally gonna be in this.
That's good guess. Yeah, Peach Rabbit, and she'll take a selfie for her final smash.
In their way. Oh my god, yeah. Final smash selfie. Please let me pay as Rabbit Peach. I just think some of those moves, they've really done a good job at like just developing characters and their personalities within their movesets, and I think that it's got to be so tantalizing to get a hold of one of the rabbits, and just some of the movesets would be so funny. If you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or at least elements of what could be funny, yeah. I'm with you on that. I hope they're not there, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I think they kind of found their way into our hearts for most of us. So, all right, fair enough. Okay, rabbits. Andrew, prediction.
Let's see. I'm going to go with a good one first. I'm thinking a throwback. Soma Cruz from Area of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow.
That would be really cool. It would be, one of the Castlevania characters would be exciting. And there's some Konami is obviously like in a little bit of a rough place in terms of people don't care for them, and they murdered Metal Gear. But with the exception of that, like they do. Bomberman has those characters worked into it now, and they're bringing out exclusive characters for each version of Super Bomberman R, and there's going to be one for the Switch as well. Anyway, that would be kind of cool if they brought in a Castlevania character.
Yeah, especially because their movesets are like essentially identical to Samus's and any other Castlevania, Metroidvania.
I know. I would have always wanted a character like that. It would be very neat.
And Soma just has so many like unique powers with his soul stealing shit.
Right. I don't know. It could be like
Smash
just
thing
like
where he
just like
draws
Herb.
the seal on the screen or something like that. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Oh, draw it on the Switch screen. Grab your Switch out of the dock very fast. Unplug it so nobody can see what's happening. Just draw the seal. Seal the enemy away. Yes. Okay. Good. I like that one. Okay. My very safe prediction bet on this one is Funky Kong. I think he's coming. It's the year of the funk. He's already in Donkey Kong country, and I think he'll be in this.
Get that funk on.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay. Captain Toad. He's crash landing on.
Right. That's a good one. Can he jump?
Switch.
Can he jump in this one?
No, he can't jump. He can.
No
like,
recovery.
Something will like lift him, like some sort of moving block.
Like the bird.
will lift
There's like
him
that
up.
bird enemy in that game.
Yeah, the bird will show up,
by.
and he has to show up, right? At this point,
No, yeah,
people love Captain Toad. He's in.
He's one of the few Mario characters who, just Toad in general, who's not playable.
So-
he's only used as like a terrible decoy to like thwart projectile moves or whatever by Peach, and and he looks so scared and terrified to be.
That's another Toad. This is Captain Toad.
This is Captain Toad, right? Exactly. This one's an adventure. That other one is just a servant to Peach. Okay, Andrew, character.
I forget its name, but the fire cat from Sun and Moon or Decidueye, the
Oh yes, so
one of
either
those,
Litten.
one of those stars.
Why specifically him?
Litten, and then
because-
Incineroar is the final stage.
I feel like
Right, Litten.
out of the 3 starters, I meant like the final evolution of him.
Yeah, Incineroar or something.
Yeah, I
like that.
didn't actually
Yes.
get him. I took Decidueye. But
No,
I just feel
alright.
like compared to the stupid water dog, they're the most, they stand on 2 feet. They're the most anthropomorphic of the...
Right, for sure.
And I feel like
Yeah, that's a good one.
they'd fit really well, like fire.
They have had a history, especially with like Greninja was in the Wii U one. That was, the kind of the hot character of the time of like working in, a set character that's the 3rd evolution. We have Charizard in there.
Yeah.
It would be cool. Do we think Pokemon Trainer ever comes back, or is that one gone?
It's gonna be Pokemon Go Trainer, and it's gonna.
Yeah, and all motion control based.
There's gonna be a Pokemon gym tower.
Hey, are the Mii's going to be back? Are the Mii fighters going to be back, or are they gone? Can we just sleep easy knowing they're gone?
I don't
They're
think so, dude.
at
I think
a
they're
safe
back.
place.
You think so?
The thing that makes me think they might be back. Go ahead, Andrew. You can go first.
I think they would have gotten rid of them already, right?
I know. That's my feeling too. It's like there was so much DLC in the last game that was specifically for them. It feels like they went all in. And if this game, like I'm saying, is like mainly a hidden port of 4, I feel like we're going to have all those costumes again.
Yeah.
But I hope
I really do think we're going to be shocked. I think we're going to see a very different Smash Brothers for some reason.
I hope so.
I won't be shocked.
It's a one-on-one fighter. They got health bars.
No, it's a
yeah.
Battle Royale version. It's gonna
Battle Royale,
it's gonna
baby.
be Woohoo Island, and we're all gonna be like, whoa.
Top-down tactics Smash Bros.
You all
Oh
come
my
in, it's like
gosh.
pilot wings, you all skydive down, you have to find your item as quickly as possible. Whoever finds the hammer is OP and
I'm
automatically
telling
wins
you,
the match.
Nintendo could totally hit a home run with that, but it's
Home run
just
bat,
be
baby.
great to see people's
Powerful
reactions.
finds. Yeah,
Home run bat coming back.
Home run bat, perfect, confirmed. Fan, nice try. That's like the gray weapon equivalent in Fortnite, like something really weak. Okay, next prediction, Andrew.
Oh, an ARMS character, probably.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
bet,
gonna be
too.
the main
Good bet.
guy.
Springman
but I
or
want it-
Ripping
you know
Man.
who I want it to be? Twin Tail, obviously.
Twin tail, thick tail, baby, get her in there.
I
know, I agree.
She's
She's nice.
lady.
Right, and also she's a strong fighter, and we enjoy having her. there.
I love ARMS. I hope we see something.
All those
ARMS
characters
related.
look so colorful, and they have the perfect Nintendo, quality to them. And
the
each one
aesthetics, dead on.
each one could use a little extra repping, And there's been so much cool DLC for ARMS. I know eventually stopped. This would be a good way. They keep trying to funnel people back towards ARMS. There's like free weekend and stuff like that.
It's just
And-
it's unfortunate because the ARMS character is going to be more enjoyable to players in a Smash Brothers game
I know,
than
that's
the
so
actual
true.
game.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point. And watch the character also be like the Helix or whatever, like that gooey green guy that nobody would want. Helix only. Okay, good one. Yeah, it would be fun. Like also with the, we talk about the costumes with the Inklings, to have like the boy and the girl or different costume outfits, like all the accessories you can buy in the game.
Ooh, yeah.
Just be different costume alternatives for Inkling would be so neat. Same thing goes for the ARMS characters. You could have just Springman and then cycle through and have some, other appearances by the similar characters. Would be neat.
It's a good idea.
That would be. I do like that prediction though. I mean, I feel like that's almost. It's almost confirmed at this point. And I don't have anything to base it on, but how do they not include a brand new IP?
No. Yeah. I'm with you. There will be 17 Fire Emblem characters, but there will be no Arms
There will at least be 2 more Fire Emblem.
And they all have swords. Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a good way to introduce Fire Emblem for the Switch.
There you go. Here we go. That's our tie-in. Okay, Matt, or my turn. Okay, obvious. Waluigi, he'll be in there finally.
Oh, I didn't even.
I'm not like a huge Waluigi, but I think it's time.
Tennis Waluigi?
Yeah, with the rose and the visor and
I love the visor.
Beautiful mustache. I think he's coming. He's coming in hot, and that is an intentional word choice.
Everyone on the show floor will get a Waluigi visor that they go home with.
Right, I love that. With that terrible backwards L thing that doesn't make any sense. Like the Mario Warrior thing makes sense, but the Waluigi makes not a lick of sense. But I like it. Wow. Okay, Matt.
Okay. Now this may be kind of a cop out, but I think either, because I'm going to say 2 here. I think we're either going to see Rusty or Shovel Knight in this game in some capacity. Maybe not a playable character, but I think the love for the Switch from these 2 companies is strong. Especially in the Switch's launch. And I think that they've earned passage to this game.
Right. That's good.
I mean, we've seen a Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, especially. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was actually
cool.
He was actually next on my list. That's a good one. That is definitely a good one.
Yeah. He would be really great to see.
Plus he has an already, so.
You're right.
Right.
Choose different costumes on him, and there's all the other cool characters. They'll never do this, but it'd be cool to even have just the trophies you can unlock of like, and the other, Shield Knight and the Knights of No Quarter and things like that. All the other characters.
Right.
Okay. Good. Andrew, do you have any remaining characters?
One more. It's probably my least favorite, but a Brutal from.
Oh no!
Mario.
For Mario Odyssey, I did not love them. I want the granny one with the chain jump.
Oh jeez. I
want to know what that lore is. How did these Brutals come to be? And how is Bowser involved? And how is Peach their mom?
That'll be in the DLC.
That'll be the DLC. Yeah, the Brutal backstory. You play as each of the Brutals.
So I'm so excited for all of the reveal trailers that we're gonna inevitably get from here on out till the end of the year. Assuming they're gonna follow that same kind of format. I think it's just going to be super fun. Like, I could see if Rabbids are getting announced, Rabbid Peach is like, for whatever reason, you're seeing like a phone filming like a Smash Brothers match from like a different angle, and then like you see it flip, and it's
she's checking her hair. Yeah,
and she's trying to take a selfie with it. Yeah,
it's just one big selfie joke again and again. That's a character I love. The thing that's bone chilling about that prediction is I can so easily see it happen. Bone chilling, ready. My next character prediction, a long time coming, people have been asking for 3 characters. Okay, they've been asking for Ridley. Right, and here, actually, can I stop? Does anyone actually want Ridley, or is everyone just asking for Ridley because he's like the only other Metroid character?
Honestly,
I think everyone just wants more Metroid, but like Ridley, I know Sakura's like, he's too big. He is too big. He's a giant dragon man. I don't understand how he would do it. If he looked smaller, he would look like the Ghosts and Goblins dragon. Like, he just looks silly. You don't want that. Okay,
bring the Federation Force. We'll take it.
People love Federation Force. I think
like Silex, her.
Oh yes, our fans at home will remember Silex, one of the bounty hunters. Metroid Hunters, only on Nintendo 2DS. Touching is good.
One of them was in Metroid Prime 3. Remember that?
Yeah, one of them was like the ice one. Yeah, he will not be there. Or the clone girl, probably not. People have always wanted Ridley.
Anything Metroid related though would be a great reveal.
Would be awesome
with Metroid Prime 4, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I like to think it'll be Adam from Metroid.
And they want to get that
Metroid Other M. Who also appears as the terminal in Metroid Fusion, and he'll just come in and he'll tell other characters like they can't use that attack, or like you can't you can't recover, or things of that nature. Just limits everyone. He kind of like mansplains his way through each character in the game. So everyone's always wanted Ridley. They've always wanted Goku. I don't think Goku's happening. I don't know, but they've also always wanted Shrek. No kidding, not him. But they all have truly wanted Geno. So Geno from Super Mario RPG. And I think that's my prediction. I think Geno will be in it. Let me tell you why. We hadn't seen Super Mario RPG forever. And then it showed up on the Super Nintendo Classic. Okay? Mm-hmm. After all of these years.
That's good.
And I'm thinking that Geno, our delightful puppet man, our Pinocchio-like puppet boy, who is one of the characters from the kind of the main character introduced in Super Mario RPG, will appear in this game. And also because Square, they have a really positive relationship with Nintendo at the moment, and we have Project Octopath Traveler happening very shortly. That comes out like this summer.
Is that coming to Switch?
I think they have a good relationship on the Switch, and I think they're going to have Geno in there as like just another like, oh, we're on good terms with Square. We don't have a hard time getting this character, and they're finally going to make it happen. Because we're yet to see so we had never seen a Square Enix like third-party character appear in Smash until Cloud, and that's like the most precious of all the Square Final Fantasy characters. And so, short of seeing Sora or something from Kingdom Hearts, I do think that like Geno is one that people hold like close to their heart, and is a Nintendo character also, and I think he'll be there.
That's good.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Prediction.
Those are some good predictions, everybody.
Yeah.
Like it.
Good ones, boys. Nice long cast as always.
Yeah, it was nice.
Too long.
We are. Let's see. I mean, less than 24 hours from all this reveal.
We will know.
So
check back with us tomorrow when we do a little reaction to how the press conference went.
Absolutely. Will you all be watching it live?
I will try my best to subtly do it at work.
Do you guys know what time it is?
It's at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so 9 for you guys. I'll be up at 7, streaming it here in Chicago.
I'll be watching.
If it's 9, hold on now. If it's 9 for us, it's 11 for you. So you don't have to get up earlier.
Wait. Oh, I got that all wrong.
You're fine, my boy. You're fine.
Everybody, my power is out.
He's not that any way of
everything.
All the clocks
to me.
All the analog clocks.
I will be watching at my desk then, or from my phone.
Awesome. We will come back tomorrow then and reconvene there. Yes.
Cool.
Yes,
we will.
Sounds good.
Well, I think that's going to wrap us up then for this episode of another Nintendo podcast. Thank you all so much. If you did tune in, thank you, Mom, and anyone else. And with that, I think, boys, we should head it on out. Now, we always end, as longtime listeners will know, with a song. Do we have a song suggestion by anyone?
Like any song?
Oh.
Well, no, it's probably Nintendo themed, but
you gotta do a little Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Do you have...
let's see, maybe...
let's do Fox, just for the sake of doing something very quickly. And does anyone have a little thought on the tune? They want to take it away? Matt, you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, we sing this song?
Definitely not ready.
We sing this
Andross has again invaded the Lilac system. General Pepper has turned to a new star party, headed by Fox McCloud to save Corneria and free the Lilac system once again.